and we actually are getting to your pre-show notes here. You said there's not many, but you said maybe the worst date I can think of is a guy that picked me up with no plan in mind, took me to a pizza shop, and didn't eat anything. LMAO. That was weird, but other than that, I can't really think of anything crazy.
Yeah.
This does, again, I won't belabor it, but it does kind of go back to this, like, you don't want the man to lead, but in this scenario, the one bad date that you provided
was because he didn't lead.
There's a failure of leadership there, and that was like a major
But I said the first date he should lead, right? The first date they
here's the thing, right? And again, we won't belabor this point. So
it's Schrodinger's feminist. I'm telling you, Schrodinger's feminist.
So in my view, I don't think like leadership in men it's not like something that you just can turn off and on.
That's true.
Like, it's like you want a guy who leads, like he's going to take initiative in other aspects.
Okay. I don't necessarily think if a man plans the first date that he's a leader, an alpha, blah, 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 blah.
I didn't say that.
It seems like that's
that
what
is
you're
him
implying.
taking the lead, though.
Yeah, no, for
But you
sure,
said
and it's commendable, but I don't necessarily like. I think that if you're asking a girl out, first of all, which we have already established, that's what I think my position is. The man should be the one making the first move originally or initially. If you're gonna do that, then yeah, like I think.
How come it's not equal?
What do you mean it's not equal?
How come you don't equally go out and ask men on the first date and equally pay on the first date?
Because I think that just because people have different... Sorry. First of all, I'm speaking personally. I prefer when a man initiates. And I would assume that most women do.
Why?
Probably because it makes them feel wanted, right? And a lot of girls don't necessarily feel wanted by men.
Whoa, that's a crazy statement.
So...
That's a crazy statement.
Is it a crazy statement?
Do you realize the just sheer amount of like sexual attention or even
I think
romantic,
she means not sexual.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
I
on,
mean
fine.
emotionally.
Let me say the second part of this. And romantic attention that you get. Women are there's an absolute oversaturation of desire going towards men, towards women. Do you think it's the case that women are like coming onto men and hitting on men and just like
I do.
You're delusional.
No, I'm not delusional.
You're
I'm just a
delusional.
girl.
It happens to really attractive men. It is true.
Yes,
Yes.
the apex. Yes, it happens to the apex of men.
Well, that's the
whereas
fact.
even
they
hold on.
get fit like all of the girls. So right,
Whereas,
that's what you're talking about.
I will agree with you that here's the difference, right? An average-looking woman, even an ugly woman, she has the same sexual optionality, which will include attention, validation, and even romantic attention. An average-looking woman has the same sexual optionality as a male celebrity. As a man, hold on.
Completely.
In order for a man to have the same sexual optionality as even an average-looking woman, he needs to be an A-list celebrity. He needs to be a professional athlete.
No.
Yes, hold on. Yes, he does. He needs to be a professional athlete. He needs to be a fucking famous something, have massive status. Yes, he does.
I think that's just based on what you men compare each other to. Like those OnlyFans girls that say that
So
stupid shit. No.
think
like
hold on.
they have that
You
opinion.
think
but
an average-looking dude could like fuck 3 new
I don't
girls a
think
day?
it's
Why
about the
does it have to
status.
go
I think it's
to-
about
why is it always
that?
sex?
Because-
fucking.
I think
because
it's
it's-
about the effort that they put into their looks, and a lot of guys do not put any effort into their looks. They sit back and they say, "If I have money and if I do X, Y, and Z, then she'll sleep with me. It doesn't matter.
But
She'll
true.
marry me."
It's true.
It's
All
very
these
true.
girls sleep with men because they have money.
A lot of girls will, yeah, for sure. But a lot of girls also don't want to marry or date a guy that they're not attracted to, and a lot of guys don't put any effort into their looks. They just slobber
But if
around.
you're
and then
attracted to him-
they expect all of the women to initiate with them. It's like, hello, girls try. We put effort
Hold on,
into our looks.
wait.
We actually do things to make ourselves look presentable. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense that we'd want somebody to approach. If a guy was very attractive, I would approach him. I'd have no problem approaching
Can't
him.
miss that opportunity.
I would actually argue, though, even when men do put like do the things that they can, bear in mind that things like typically plastic surgery and the use of makeup is precluded from use by males in terms of like a guy could, yes, any man could conceivably put on makeup, but I would argue most women are going to be like, that's kind of weird.
But like working on
I'm
your
not.
style.
I'm not
of
talking
it,
about.
like,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
Right.
not talking. I'm not talking necessarily about makeup because obviously that's like more. I mean, I guess if they wanted to, men could make makeup for men, but like that's not really what I'm referring to.
Right, but
I'm
men don't
referring
have
to
the same
their
capacity.
style.
Actually, men
hold
started
on.
makeup in
I'm
Shakespearean
referring
times.
to their
doing their
style,
hairline.
their aesthetic, their fashion, their hair. The hair does a
Bro,
lot.
that's some metrosexual shit. Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know
I
what
think men are
metrosexual
meant to be a little rough. Like, obviously, take care of your grooming, have good
Okay,
hygiene.
and then you guys are gonna
but, like,
complain
fuck
when
that
girls
other
don't wanna
shit.
sleep with
this,
you.
This is like.
We want to sleep with someone we are attracted to. That is why hypergamy
Oh,
exists
okay.
because only
That's-
10%
that's
of guys
not
even
our
That's why you
realm.
should
try
build a
That's not
relationship
the
instead of
realm.
just going into
That's not the
10% of
realm.
guys
Jesus loves
try.
you.
in their looks. Yeah, the rest of them think that it's gay and feminine if you even invest even a fraction.
You think that
of energy into
hypergamy
your looks.
exists because men don't make themselves look like feminine enough?
No,
Oh dear,
not
there's
feminine.
too much of that going on nowadays.
Attractive.
Like way too much of
what-
this soy boy going on.
I'm super confused. Attractive how?
You put effort into your style. You put effort into the way you look, your hair. You take care of your hygiene. You work out. You go to the gym. Like all that stuff.
Okay, but
Girls do it with
Like
the
you
makeup
dress
and
to
the-
work,
and
But
our-
here's the
you
thing.
dress to work very nicely,
Here's-
but then
well-
with women, maybe like
well, most
you go
men
on
don't.
dates
do you
with
wear-
Most
shitty
men don't wear
You're
dress
married,
to work
so
nicely.
I don't
I don't know, I'm a
necessarily feel
server.
bad
I see a
about
lot of
calling
men
you out,
dressed
but
up
you
for
wear this
work.
every day, I assume, right?
Yeah, but if that
Or
really,
similar
if
variation
that,
in this
Go ahead.
outfit.
Go ahead.
if that
go
really
ahead.
good-looking, fit, attractive, takes care of himself guy gets out of like a beat-up Ford Pinto, he's not the same dude. Because it's like he takes
I
care of his
would
body,
literally-
but he doesn't take care of his life or his lifestyle or his finances or his job. So I
mean, I'm not gonna date a
completely
slacker,
disagree
but,
that if a
like,
guy's
let her
good-looking,
finish.
I'm gonna sleep
You
with him.
guys
He's got to have his life
like
together.
if a
Let
man
her
is good
finish.
looking,
You
he
shouldn't sleep
cannot
with him.
have a job.
Can you
And if
let
he
her
has a
finish?
job-
Let her finish.
Sorry.
It is not shallow by any means for a woman to say, I would like for you to be decently attractive, but I would also like for you to have your finances in order, your bills paid, your house in order, like you take care of your life. And sometimes that equates to, yeah, he might be well off. It's not just he looks good. I would never just go for a guy because
that is
he
a big
takes
problem.
care of
But
himself.
She
I
was
grew
saying
up-
for sex. That's not.
Well,
They're not talking about relationship. He was
I'm
talking
about men
literally
in
getting
general.
laid.
Like men in general just have this problem. I grew up in a men-only household. I didn't have any girls around me. One of my siblings was very insecure at growing up, and he would tell me that like, and I was friends with his friends. His friends thought the same way. Like they all think very same. It's very insecure. They feel like if they're ugly from the get-go, then why should they put effort into their looks? Because if they try and they're still ugly, that'll make them feel worse than if they try, and then if they don't try at all and they're just ugly by default.
That's
you know
where
what I mean?
your worldview is coming from, though. Like I don't think that's.
No, a lot of men think this way.
A lot of
if
men are
you
actually
if you start to
insecure. It's
engage
sad.
with a lot of men, they will
Do
tell
you
you.
think
I
this
feel
way?
like there's men here.
Girls
I'd love
only
to
want
take a
money.
poll.
They only want this.
Hang
they only
on,
want this.
hang on.
Well, I
Let's
was
take a
in the middle
poll
of
of the men
Well,
here.
the opposite is true. So men, this was my experience, right? With me and all my friends, et cetera, et cetera. If we were dating or you're going out on dates, things like that, yeah, they would go to not only go to the gym, but they would try to find nice clothing. They talk to each other about different things to wear,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff. All of them were like
That
that.
is not majority of men.
Yeah, I don't think you can make that statement
You think it
and
is majority of
competently
men? I
back
think
it
you're
up. I think that
generalizing for the
most
record.
I think that most men, yeah, I think that if they're trying to attract a mate, yeah, I think that they try to do something.
Yeah, I think that.
Maybe I just think men are.
They also
ugly
try
then.
to develop other traits that
But they
attract
don't-
women, like a
but-
personality
but the
or a
thing is,
sense of
especially
humor.
Because
like-
women are always like money,
They don't
so
look,
they're gonna try
I don't
to
think that
get
they
their
look
job
at
up.
beauty standards the same way.
I think that women are starting to now because, again, we don't have to get married in order to participate in society. So if we're gonna get married to a man and we're gonna have sex with him for like what 5 days a week?
Wait,
or
have
however
to
long
have sex? Like you should love. Man, I love.
That's what I'm
sleeping
saying.
with my man.
That is what I'm saying. You should want to sleep with someone you're attracted to. It shouldn't feel like it's a chore.
I know it just
It's
sounds
a
like you have
preference.
such a horrible view of men, and I don't know if it's gonna ever change.
I just have a horrible view of men. I'm friends with a lot of guys. I have a horrible
friends.
Friends,
with.
you don't have a good.
completely
You
different.
haven't had
Not
a good,
married
solid
to.
relationship with a
I
man that is
have had-
attractive, that you're sexually
I've
attracted
had a
to.
2-year relationship. I've had multiple year-long relationships.
Was it a dead bedroom in that relationship?
Which one?
The 2-year.
Both of them are honestly dead.
Do you know what I mean when I say dead bedroom?
Yeah, like it
Wait, can you
wasn't-
stop
sorry.
playing with that?
Yes.
both of them were dead bedrooms?
Yeah, both of them.
Okay, there's a
But that
common
was honestly my
denominator
fault,
though.
so.
It was what?
My fault.
It was your fault.
Yes.
How did it end up becoming a dead bedroom?
Well, I was very inexperienced
No sex.
sexually. The first,
Why would that matter?
well, the first guy I wasn't really super attracted to, and then the second.
You're too far from the mic.
Sorry.
You
And
can
then the
scoot
second guy.
chair into the table.
It hits.
And then the second guy, I don't know. We just didn't really have any. It didn't work.
So why did you wait? Hold
Did
on.
not work
How
sexually.
long did you date the second guy for?
I think a year and a half.
Why would you? Wait.
You just kept
What?
having sex with him when you didn't like it?
No, I mean, I would have kept like trying to
I can
make it
fix her.
work. And no, not like that. I would have kept trying just to see if like maybe
I can fix her.
we could have like.
I'll fix you.
I don't know,
Beaten
but I think
Cheeks
the
donated $200. Feminists with laundry list of requirements. Good thing I bring a weight scale when I meet women in public, along with makeup wipes, asking a woman's body count and between age 18 to 25.
Wait, what?
Is that fair?
You're not getting laid, bro.
That's a good idea, bro.
Bringing
That's
a
fair.
weight
Weight
scale?
scale is crazy.
The makeup wipes I
makeup
understand.
wipes. Trying to
but
point out the
the weight scale's
hypocrisy.
crazy.
He's trying to point out the
Valid.
hypocrisy of
So
of
valid.
women
Yeah, I see
wanting
that. I'm sorry.
XYZ,
Tall
but then we show up with caked on makeup and lying about our weight
Yeah.
on Tinder apps and
Right.
things like that, and men lie about their height. So it's like,
on Tinder?
I mean, I'm not on any
Yeah.
dating apps,
Wait,
but
we're basically arguing about how women have more sexual options than men, and you seem to disagree there.
No, I don't disagree on that. You're saying.
Well, I was saying that average.
You're saying an ugly average woman
Yes,
would
an
have the
average-
same amount as like an attractive man. And
has,
I fundamentally
has more
disagree.
sexual optionality.
I disagree with you. I think you underestimate the amount of options an attractive man has.
I know a lot of
No,
women
I'm
with
not.
low standards.
Hold on. So if we're talking about comparing average women to average men.
Oh, if we're talking about average women, then yes, average women have more sexual
far
options.
more.
Yeah, for sure.
An average woman, if she was so inclined, could fuck 3 new guys a day.
100%.
An average man, hookup culture is not available to most men. If hookup culture is like being able to have
I
casual
would
sexual
disagree
encounters.
with
So the
you
same
even
men are
then.
just
Like I
fucking
care
other
about
girls.
attraction, obviously, but I know a lot of girls that don't really care about whether they're like whatever is like that attractive.
Right,
but
but
it's the personality that really wins them over.
That's
and
not
they
what I'm
really like them.
arguing, though. That's
Well,
not what I'm
yeah, 'cause
arguing.
you're saying-
I'm saying that any woman, even if she's really unattractive, has access to hookup
I agree
culture.
with you.
Whether she might not actually engage in it, but she has access to it. Whereas I would argue, fairly few men have access to hookup
So
culture.
that's where I don't think that they don't have access.
maybe
they
like
have
10 or
access. It probably
20%.
makes them like they definitely have to try harder. And I think the reason for this disparity is because women genuinely do try pretty hard to be a good partner for a man.
And men
whereas,
don't?
Yeah, I don't think men do. I think men have this idea.
Really? Women put
I think,
in-
No.
Men are
Let me
you
let me
dating?
let me
Bro,
change.
Girl, you like
crazy.
somebody hurt you. Somebody hurt
Allow
you.
me to rephrase.
Men put in
I
weight.
think-
You don't do.
No,
Women
we've
don't
been
do
hearing you all
really
night.
much in the courtship process. What do you bring to the table?
What I meant to say
What do you bring-
is
what
that
do you
I
bring
think
to the table?
men put
What-
their efforts in the wrong
I would
places.
love to hear this.
How so? What efforts?
Like for example,
What wrong places?
they're like, okay, we don't have to try at all on our attraction or our hygiene or our.
That's so not
fashion or
true.
whatever.
That's not
Because
true.
If we just try in these aspects, it's fine. Whereas a woman is like, I have to be pretty, I have to have a job, I have to do all these things.
Have a job?
Today,
No.
Today,
You
yeah.
have to have a job.
No.
You
girls,
don't.
girls don't
Find
have
me
to
a
have any of that.
single
You can find-
girl who doesn't
You
have
can
a
find
job.
it.
I'm not
Probably
saying
any-
that, but
some
I'm
man
saying
out
you
there.
can totally find a girl without a
you
job,
wanna
and a guy
find-
will be okay with dating her. Though
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
completely true.
Okay, but
it-
he's not
vice
gonna.
versa,
He's
absolutely
not. He's not gonna be good. He's not gonna be able to date her because he's gonna be like, I don't have enough money yet. I need to make more money.
Okay,
I need
that's
to make
because
at
of our
least
age,
80K.
though. So then you need to date people that are older, probably. Then that's why.
Or
No
just
one's
more
going to be
mature and
rich at
successful.
24,
Yeah, but
25,
that's
or
why
however
I'm
old
saying-
you are.
Yeah.
That it takes time.
That's why I don't necessarily have that standard, right? I'm not necessarily like, I think you. I work at home. First of all, I'm a freelancer, so it helps because I don't necessarily think he has to be the only one making money because I can make money from home. So
Doing Amazon?
it's not on Amazon, but I help people who work with Amazon.
Okay.
But yeah.
Like
so-
companies
Okay.
that work with Amazon?
Yeah, so I don't necessarily need him to be the only breadwinner.
She's not like in the warehouse.
I mean, I would actually argue, though. I mean, you said that. Well, men don't have to focus on their looks, and women have. There's these beauty standards that women have
No,
to.
I said men should focus on their looks more.
Well, here's the other kind of issue, is that women's assessment of men's physical appearance, like men will grade women on a bell curve, whereas women have a very disproportionate assessment of men's physical attractiveness. For example, I think this, and Nick, you might have some graphs or something.
Yeah, they
find
find
80% of
they don't
women
find any of them attractive.
Yeah, women find 80% of men unattractive.
Okay.
That's not.
So while 80% of them are not
It's
all,
like just what our
It
I'm not gonna
could-
say that all.
are attracted to. I guess.
I'm not going to say that all 80% of them are not trying at all, but I would argue that a large majority of that 80% is probably putting very little to no effort into their looks, and that's why women think.
I don't know.
they're
I've
ugly.
seen some nasty girls, so I just like
Yeah,
as
that's
long as we're
fair.
bashing men
Okay.
over here,
That's
I'm like
fair.
I've seen some girls who
Girls
look
can be really
trash.
ugly sometimes,
Absolutely.
but for the most part, girls
Bro, have you
talking
seen y'all
about them.
bathrooms? Y'all bathrooms are fucked
100.
up.
I mean,
Our bathrooms?
Women's
Great.
bathrooms are
He's
fucked.
correct. I walk into bathrooms most of the time and say, I cannot
comparison
believe
to
this is a woman's
guys?
bathroom. This is disgusting. Women have failed us.
Way worse.
That
Yeah,
ours
bro.
is
Y'all
worse?
piss over all over the fucking seat, all that shit.
Wait,
Why are you in women's restrooms?
I've heard from women. I'm not.
Why are
But
you
I opened a
in
male
women's restroom?
I opened a male's
maybe.
restroom the other day in the gas station on the way here, and it
Do
was
you know why?
disgusting.
Do you know why our bathrooms are so disgusting like that? Because now there's men identifying as women coming in
They've
there.
always
They're
been
messing it
dirty.
all up.
They've
Amen.
always
That's
been
not
dirty.
it.
The women's bathrooms.
I've
have
seen
always been
women's
just 'cause women hang
tampons
out
all
in
over the
there. You
floor.
guys
It's
just don't
not
look
Those
just
are
'cause of
also
that.
from men.
Okay. All right. Oh
Let's take
man. All right. Gee.